Hey Truth Seekers, welcome back. Zach here. In this video I want to talk about the death of Samuel Dubose. He was a young black man shot to death by a white police officer in Cincinnati, Ohio on July 19th, 2015, a Sunday. This story comes in the midst of many other white versus black killings. And at this moment in history, we're being presented with more of these types of stories than we've ever been exposed to at any point in our lives. And in each of these stories, the circumstances are ridiculous and extraordinary, including related stories that aren't even from handguns, such as the recent hanging suicide of Sandy Bland in Texas. All these stories are coded with the same numbers, which I have explained since my first video post, which I did last summer after the Michael Brown incident. I wanted to show the world what I'd been researching for a year's time and what conclusions, how it worked, and that was essentially that they coded numbers such as 33 into all of these shooting hoaxes in multiple ways, which I will show in this video post. And since making that video and explaining that, I have shown throughout the entire year how that number has been coded very well into every shooting hoax we've been bombarded with, which has been so many. It's hard for me to believe that I've made over 600 posts and this video blog's not even a year old. But it's just because I've been trying to keep up with this crazy mainstream media. And I can do the stories pretty fast now. So anyway, let's watch the mainstream coverage. We'll watch that. Then we will decode it. All right, here we go, Truth Seeker.
New developments in the fatal police shooting during a traffic stop in Cincinnati. This morning, the officer charged with murder is out of jail on bond, and two other officers who responded to the scene have been put on leave. ABC's Tom Yamas has the latest now from Cincinnati. Good morning, Tom.
Amy, good morning to you. The lawyer for that police tells ABC News he was fielding calls from all over the U.S. from strangers who wanted to donate to help get Ray Tensing out of jail. It's unclear if they accepted any of that money, but they did raise the necessary portion of that $1 million bond to get out. This morning, former University of Cincinnati police officer Ray Tensing is a free man, bonding out of jail after more than 24 hours behind bars. Tensing on a suicide watch while locked up.
Officer is literally sitting in the unit with him.
Truth Seeker, I just want to make the point that he was on $1 million bail, meaning he had to post 10% of that to get out, so he had to post $100,000. They've been making a big deal about that in talk radio, just saying, see, he's white privilege. He has access to $100,000 to get out of jail in 48 hours, even under that kind of enormous fund. And that's all part of the psychological programming going on here. Because as many of us white people know, if we were in jail on $1 million bail and needed to post $100,000, we'd probably be locked up there for as long as we needed to be, because we don't have $100,000, not even close. So anyway, I just want to make that point. Let's continue on.
Documenting every 10 minutes. We do that for high-profile prisoners when they come in.
On Thursday, he appeared before a judge, pleading not guilty. His attorney telling us he plans on fighting the charges.
Tensing, you understand you've been charged with 1 count of murder and 1 count of voluntary manslaughter.
Yes, sir. Tensing accused of killing 43-year-old Samuel Dubose during a traffic stop. The whole ordeal captured on Tensing's body cam.
Hey, how's it going, man? Hey, how's it going?
But in only 2 minutes, things escalate.
I didn't even do nothing. Go and take your seatbelt off. Stop.
After Tensing fires, another officer's body cam showing him on the ground. Then he gets up, chases the car, which rolls up a hill, then crashes.
Got ready to run a car. He took off on me. I just tried to run around.
Tensing telling an officer on the scene,
He's just dragging me. Yeah, I saw that. I was going to get run over. I was trying to stop him.
something Dubose's family disputes.
No, he wouldn't have ran from the police.
This was not the first time Tensing pulled a weapon during a...
Did you guys just see that? The mom, was in a joking, jovial manner, Smile on her face. We're talking about the death of her son from just days ago, you know?
Traffic stop. Documents obtained by ABC News state that in 2012, he tased a suspect who allegedly assaulted him. And in May of last year, Tenzing captured on cell phone video allegedly giving two people a hard time about a loose bumper.
Are we free to go? Can you write the ticket so we can go?
You're not free to go right now.
Can you? What are we doing then? What are we doing?
We're not doing detained right now.
Now, two additional university officers who first responded to the shooting, you can see their body cams here, on paid administrative leave as a result of the school's internal investigation. Now, the university won't tell us what exactly those two officers did to be put on leave, but we do know they made statements that don't exactly match what we see on their body cams.
It is a entire transformation. It's like we have a
All right, so that backdrop of Hamilton Truth Seeker, I don't think it's any coincidence. We'll get to it. Samuel Dubose's full name is Samuel Vincent Dubose. But Samuel Dubose, Pythagorean gematria sums to 38, just like the word Hamilton. And death in simple English gematria sums to 38. Samuel Dubose is who died from being shot in the head. And as we just saw in that video footage, nothing about that looked very real. The screen freezes, the gunshot sounds like it comes out of a studio, and we don't see anything conclusive, but we're to think that the police officer killed him right there, because that's what the news tells us happened. And so many people don't question the news, they just accept it as truth. They think it wouldn't make it through the editing process if it was a lie. Anyhow, his full name, Samuel Vincent Dubose, sums to 89. A number that gets coded often, that's the date of the Michael Brown shooting last summer, August 9th. And these black on white shootings, white on black shootings, these types of stories, this kind of coverage has really escalated in this last year's time, coming up on that 1 year anniversary. So Truth Seeker, they like to code 33 into everything. The name Samuel Dubose, the man who was shot, has simple English gematria of 137. And 137 is the 33rd prime number. A subtle 3-3 tribute. Sometimes they refer to him as Sam Dubose too. Sam, simple English gematria, 33 name. That's why it's Uncle Sam, Uncle 33. Highest degree of Scottish Rite Freemasonry. This nation was found by Freemasons. In the mainstream media reporting of this man, they go for some instant stereotypes. They describe him as a man with 13 children and more than 60 arrests. You know, they could tell you a lot of things about him. There's no reason to share that he has 13 children, right? And to think this is all made up. This is all just about pushing an agenda, pushing stereotypes, creating the racial division. That's the purpose of these stories. Race war in Pythagorean gematria sums to 33, that number they like to code. Okay, so the officer who did the killing, remember officer's a 44 word, Pythagorean gematria, with that 666 introduction. Ray in simple English gematria is 44. Tensing is 88. "44 is the kill number if you're new here. Kill in simple English gematria sums to 44. One of the most famous political assassinations happened in 44 BC, the assassination of Caesar. The first president to die in office died on 4/4. April 4th, that was William Henry Harrison. The last president to die in office was the 44th term president, John F. Kennedy. And right now we're living in the time of the 44th president. The name Ray Tensing sums to 132. That's also 33 times 4. His name in Pythagorean gematria sums to 51, like the word conspiracy, also like the city Cincinnati in Pythagorean. And remember, police is a 33 word. Simple English, it's a 60 word, like Ray Tensing with the S exception. And just think about the word tense. These stories of all these racial killings, stories of injustice, The people who are gullible enough to think they're real are living in complete fear, some of them. They think they might get shot next. They're worried it could happen to them. They don't realize the news is just trying to scare them, trying to psychologically impact them in a negative way. Unnecessary anxiety and fear. I know this is true because of so many people that are close to me who become overly anxious over these news stories. And they get angry at me for telling them they're fake. Anyhow, Ray Tensing, his birthday. Show you this up here, Truth Seeker. Zoom in. Ray Tensing was born November 13th, 1989. That number 89 again, but also that life number in numerology, 33. Added up digit for digit. 1 plus 1 plus 1 plus 3 plus 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 9, 33. Just like police. Also, Truth Seeker, a major beneficiary of these shooting hoaxes are all the gun manufacturers, gun lobbies. NRA is a 33 word. The second biggest gun lobby in the nation is located in Newtown, Connecticut, across the street from the Sandy Hook school shooting. Newtown, a 33 word. Notice how Newtown converts to all fives, a 2 and a 6 in Pythagorean gematria, and 5 5. So all fives and a 2 and a 6. Remember, 26 victims in that story. Anyway, back to Ray Tensing's birth number. This date also creates a numerology of 132, like his name. Remember, his name's 132, 33 times 4. And this way it sums to 113, the number they love to code in the hoaxes. Mainstream, green screen, dishonest. And if you're new here, just so you know, I'm no big fan of the police. I think I have the real biggest police injustice story of the last year, in truth. And there's a lot of them in this nation. That's a pretty arrogant claim, but I have one that's about as bad as it gets. They said Samuel Dubose was a 43-year-old. 43 was the number coded all over the Charleston event. Remember, Charleston equals 43. Civil War equals 43. The Civil War began in Charleston. The senator who died was Pinckney, a name that comes from all the founders of South Carolina, old slave-holding family. He died 43 days before his birthday. They said the shooter's birthday was April 3rd, 4/3. Anyway, we find that number here in the Samuel Dubose incident coded within. Talking about his 13 children, his 60 arrests. Cincinnati itself, also in simple English gematria, sums to 96, like Freemason, like Satanism, like knowledge. The date of the shooting, July 19th, 2015, also has a connection to this number 61, getting coded an awful lot. A number all over the church shooting. The word church itself has simple English gematria of 61. And each one of these stories is like an additional ingredient into a big soup that the media is building, with all of these compiled lies and exaggerations of stories. The shooting of Samuel Dubose happened on Rice Street, which brings up thoughts of Tamir Rice, the shooting of the 12-year-old boy in Cleveland. We'll get to that. Notice that Rice Street has Pythagorean gematria of 59, number coded all over black people throughout history. The word kill in Jewish gematria sums to 59. Show you this real quick, Truth Seeker. Kill in Jewish gematria is 59. Simple English gematria 44. Martin Luther King Jr. assassinated on April 4th. And 59 throughout history has been coded all over black people within this English language. Think about how Motown Records was established in the year 59. We've been living by the numbers and led by a crazy gang who have bred racism into every person who lives under their rule, unfortunately. The police officer's name is full name Raymond Tensing. Pythagorean gematria sums to 79, like the word murder. He's in jail for homicide right now, but out on bail. With regards to Tamir Rice, the shooting in Cleveland, Truth Seeker, Cleveland has that 33 gematria Pythagorean. Tamir Rice is 51, like conspiracy, like Cincinnati also, like Cleveland with the V exception. And Tamir Rice in simple English gematria is 96, like Cincinnati as well, Freemason. These same numbers coded over and over in all these church shootings. And this one, excuse me, I said church shootings, I mean just shooting hoaxes in general. But look at this. The stats on this were that it happened at 3:30, 3/3 on 11/22, the anniversary of the John F. Kennedy assassination. JFK was assassinated 11/22/63. 11 plus 22 is 33, plus 63 more is 96. Like I said, they code these numbers over and over in the hoaxes. The name Kennedy equals 33. A lot of deaths in the Kennedy family connect to 33 dates in numerology. Use your skills, check it out. I was just talking about how they code 59 on black people. The recent Eric Gardner settlement, 5.9 million. 5.9. 5.9, Truth Seeker. I got lots of videos talking about this. In the month of July, the month that Samuel Dubose died, they said it was a record month for deaths, 118. And the thing about death is in Jewish gematria, it sums to 118. And if you can remember at the beginning of the Samuel Dubose video, I was talking about how in Pythagorean gematria, his name sums to 38, the other number for death. Do you see how they like to code this stuff, Truth Seeker? Starts off with U.S. police kill. A familiar gematria coding. Let's read this little excerpt right here from The Guardian. July was the deadliest month of 2015 so far for killings by police after registering 118 fatalities, death, according to The Guardian's ongoing investigation. The counted, which now projects the U.S. law enforcement is on course to kill more than 1,150. The word killing in Jewish gematria sums to 115. Coded numbers. People this year. The July figure brought an end to a steady decline in totals over the previous 4 months, after 113 people were killed in March. 113, mainstream, green screen, dishonest, so often coded. 101, think about what 101 is, like an introductory, like a textbook. 87, Truth Seeker, there's something about this number. But I don't know what it is. They coded a lot. Records spin at 78 revolutions per minute, but there's something about 87 I don't know just yet. And there's 78 itself. The word truth has gematria of 87, but I don't think it's truth. Truth Seeker, whoever you are, who's ever watching this, if you think I am wrong, please go back and watch my other videos. Do you remember this story from not long ago? Jesse Kidder, like JK, like just kidding? The police officer who didn't shoot the guy who'd supposedly just murdered people and he was charging at him with a knife. This story came out in the wake of all the injustice killings of black people who were unarmed doing nothing, and then they brought out the Jesse Kidder story. Walter Scott, this was shortly after Walter Scott was shot in the back. If you haven't seen the Jesse Kidder story, let's just watch it real quick. This will remind you of details such as Dylan Roof was fed Burger King after he was arrested. Just trying to provoke people. They know exactly what they're doing, this mainstream media.
Investigators say that Michael Wilcox killed his fiancée in their Brown County home, then killed his best friend in Ellesmere, Kentucky.
After a chase in Claremont and Hamilton counties, he was arrested by a New Richmond officer, and tonight that brave officer talks with us.
Yeah, but first on WLWT, we're going to show you the entire encounter as seen from the officer's body camera. Get your hands up! Get your hands up! Get your hands up right now! Stop! Stop right there! I don't want to shoot you, man! I don't want to shoot you! Say whatever, step it up! Don't do it, man! Shoot you! Shoot you! No, you won't! No, you won't! Get back! Get back! Get your hands out of your pocket! Shoot me! Get your hands out of your pocket now! No, man! I'm not gonna do it! Shoot me! Shoot me! Shoot me! Don't let it. Step it up now! Do that! Shoot you! Back up! Back up! Get down on the ground!
Our cars be advised. Subject is running. Subject is running.
Keep your hands out. Keep your hands out. You want to get shot. You understand that?
Tonight, we're learning more about that 27-year-old rookie police officer.
So there it was, Truth Seeker. That came out in the wake of all the young black men killed by white police officers, and then they wanted to give this video to contrast, where the man who'd supposedly just murdered 2 people, the officer was able to avoid shooting. That name Jesse Kidder, true to form, Truth Seeker, has the 33 gematria. Kidder. Anybody ever met a Jesse Kidder? Me neither. If you do the S exceptions on Jesse, it sums to 31. 31 to 33 are the ranging degrees of Scottish Rite Freemasonry. If you add 31 plus 32 plus 33, it sums to 96, like Freemason, like we showed earlier, connected to Cincinnati. It's all part of a sick joke, Truth Seeker. If you're new here, please check out my other videos. Like I said, I've covered all the shootings for the last year, and I've shown how they're all coded out like this. This is part of an ongoing pattern. This is not unique. This is not just one time. This is all of them. We have to ask ourselves, where are they taking us with all these bogus news stories? It's obvious they want the racial division, the racial hate, but where is it going to? We need to stop it before it gets there. All right, until next time.